It's the first gameplay video with commentary of the Bazaar. So I'm just gonna have the initial early game sped up until the main build starts forming. As the title suggests, we're assembling the dinosaur family, which is a very interesting build. Only possible because of the St. Patrick's Day item, which has a very interesting effect. So normally as Dooley in the early game, I usually just tank, just lose a bunch of HP and just let RNG dictate what I get. Go for the random pulls, try to save my economy. So yeah, that's just what we're doing here. You know, still a very weak board. Gotta fight the weakest possible NPC. Just going through the motions of the early game. Lovely, lovely. Nothing interesting yet, you know, just still a little bit confused. Going for the flight core because, in my opinion, that's the best core for Dooley. So against this guy, I don't think we should have won this because we have a really bad board. But the other guy seems to be econing harder than us. Has an equally terrible board, so we get lucky win on day 2 there. Now this is where the first part of our build comes together. Still trying to econ here, so I go for the free dinosaur. Not thinking much of it, you know. I'm still not decided. Slight misplay with the coins there. Whatever. Take on the hardest creep with a very weak board, and well, we lose. It's not the end of the world. We only missed out on 1 EXP and 1 gold. And then here comes our second dinosaur. Alright. This is where the ideas start flowing, where we start cooking a little bit. You know? 2 dinosaurs. Now let's makes it a little bit interesting. Right, these dinosaurs, they destroy a small item upon first use and increases your damage, or dinosaur's damage, for the fight. So you know, they kind of help each other out, stack each other's damage. It's a very interesting start, so let's see how it goes for this fight. Alright, so it's not like disgusting yet, but I think it's very effective early game because we are removing 2 of their small items. An early game is where you generally run into most of the small items. So, you know, it's not the strongest, but we're cooking something up, that's for sure. Take out another NPC, the weakest one again because I'm still not confident with how strong my board is quite yet. Hellbilly is just a really bad NPC, so we take him out easily, no issues here. Yeah, we'll just speed through this fight. Similar events to our last fight. You know, destroy 2 of their small items and just kind of snowball off of that. Win the fight quite easily. I'm still undecided, still not sure here at this point whether I'm going to stick with these dinosaurs. But I'm liking, you know, I'm liking how they're cooking. Farming some more EXP, some more gold. Yum. And we get a shiny Fang. Shiny, I think it's one of the strongest enchants in the game. So we're holding on to that. Maybe we could maybe we could transform it into something a little bit more interesting than a shiny Fang. So here in this fight, let's see how it goes. So we do destroy 2 items, but his scaling is kind of crazy. Yeah, that gun just hits a little too hard. Watch it again because kind of shocked. Thought we were cooking here. This guy was apparently cooking a little bit harder. Yeah, no chance. That gun's just hitting hard. So here's our first transform. Get some shiny lens, which, you know, would be useful if we were going for some like high charge builds where I just really want to charge something up, but as the title suggests, we're assembling a dinosaur family. And dinosaurs aren't really tech, they are more relics and dinosaurs. So here we find our Momosaur. At this point, it's just, yep, we're full transitioning. We're full on dinosaurs. This is the way. If you're unaware, Momosaurs, they double damage every time an item is destroyed, and the Momosaur itself destroys a medium or small item upon first cast. Here we upgraded one of the babies to a gold, so it gives more damage increase. And yeah, no, we're gonna see how much we're cooking here. Oh yeah. Oh, we're cooking. We are cooking. That's a lot of damage, let me tell you. Yeah, we picked the sharpening kit. You know, we want to increase the base damage of Momosaur because the damage doubles. So whatever we can do to increase the base damage here as well, we'll go for the skill that increases the base damage. Because whatever we can do to increase the base damage means like the doubling effect has more value, right? Exponential increase and all that. You want a higher starting point. And we tried transforming the shiny into something useful. We don't get anything, so the downside to this build though is that it really relies on the enemy having a bunch of small items for us to break down. Because the small dinosaurs, they can't break down non-small items. It has to be small, like this. It's just a bunch of small items. It's like an instant one-shot. 2 dinosaurs, knock them down, and boom, one-shot. Get out of here, go next. So we're just speeding through the gameplay. We've got the main composition assembled, at least I think. This is like basically our end game build. And here's another easy, out of the way round for us, NPC round. I upgrade that tech item because I want to slow more items. Plus 1 more item slow. Not huge, but better than nothing. Some small loot items to buff Momosaur, our main damage at this point. And here, this guy only has 2 small items, which might hurt us if our RNG isn't good. Yeah, no, it's disgusting. Just completely deleted the dude. Bye bye.
There's no way we can track it, you know? We're all far too busy.
So at this point I'm like, am I really going to find anything more useful than a shiny Granola bar? Because I could really be scaling with max health here, because at this point, my build, like, if I can survive the first 6 to 10 seconds of battle, then I basically win, I think. So, you know, scaling max HP here might not be the worst thing. So I keep onto the shiny granola bar. Yeah, I was undecided between the haste enchant. I thought if I put it on this thing, it would haste all of my stuff. It only hastes one item, so it wasn't a huge enchant. A bit of a missed enchant there. Misplay. Oh yeah, no, this is kind of too strong to lose. At least this early stage in the game, right? Which is day 9. We're not super late game quite yet. We're mid to late game. And here we're just farming the granola bar now. We're just buying a bunch of tech and 2 items. And we're just, yeah, farming that thing up, baby. So this dude, this is gonna be a close fight, because he only has one small item for us to destroy. So we don't have the craziest scaling. And like our damage just kinda caps off here. We just about survived this, like you can see how we both actually ended as a tie there, but how this game works, if it ends as a tie, then you take the victory. So we took the victory there. Yeah, upgrade the core, I think. Left most items a dinosaur. That would have been good too. But we just upgrade the core as a safe option, safe pick. Yeah, I'm still farming more tech items again for the granola bar, HP scaling. Ooh. Here we find a very interesting dinosaur. So whenever an item gets destroyed, you use this item. Could be quite strong. And then we reroll and we run into another diamond baby dinosaur. So I'm like, excuse me. I considered this, but I just there's no way I don't put 3 baby fucking dinosaurs in, right? I had to do it. I had to do it. I'll hold on to that just in case. I don't know where I'll squeeze them in. But this dinosaur family is it's looking almost picture perfect. Test it on this fight, and
We watched your city
no.
rise. We knew
Yeah, once these dinosaurs get the cast, it's basically done and dusted. Just gotta make sure we survive to that point. Which is at this point just scaling HP. Upgrade item. Make all my dinosaurs diamond. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. If everything goes right, it's an instant delete. I love it. Again, still farming on tech items. Selling tech and tool items. Stacking up that granola bar. One-shotting things now. We're doubling our mama soul 4 times, which is honestly kind of crazy. Like 4 times in one cast. Instant 4 times, like 270 to the power of 4. Well, not exactly that, because it's like when you destroy items with the small baby dinosaurs, they also give base damage, 80 base damage on the diamond. So it's just a lot of numbers, let's say. Maybe we run into a bit of an issue. Well, it's still kind of strong. We only destroyed 2 items instead of, you know, the optimal 4 items destroyed. But our board is strong enough that we just breeze through that like it's nothing. Again, we're still stacking the tech items, stacking the granola bar. And then, boom. A dinosaur. Beautiful. So now we just have a complete board of dinos. The dinosaur is gonna be a quick cooldown, consistent damage if Mamasaur doesn't finish off the kill. See, it scales up to like 1,000 damage here. Destroying 4 items would scale it up to almost 1,000 damage. It's kind of crazy. It's like plus 220 damage for every single item destroyed, which is kind of great.
Let's make this quick. Leave something in the oven.
Yeah, we just
Have a cookie.
we got outscaled. Not too sure what happened. Kinda surprised me there. I really felt like we should have won that. We didn't. You know, it's just how things go, I guess. We even sold a granola bar earlier. Maxed out by the HP. Yeah. Maybe it was the freeze and the slow and just the order of things going off. Yeah, not optimal, you know, it's only 2 small items. But we did destroy everything else, so it's gonna be a very close one. We got a lucky crit to finish up the game, and that's how 10 wins with the dinosaur family, baby. Let's go. Very fun build. Weird build, but fun. Here we'll run through the cards. So 3 diamond dinosaurs, 1 Mollusaur, a dinosaur, and yeah, thanks for watching.